Welcome back everyone. So this was a video that I didn't really particularly want to make and really had no intentions of doing so, but my wife called me earlier and she said to me, Paul, have you seen some of the things that people are saying about you on YouTube? I think you should have a look. And I said, well, I haven't, but I can probably guess because I've seen bits and pieces that friends have sent me, most of them laughing, saying, have you seen this rubbish that they're saying about you, Paul? And she said to me, are you going to respond to it? And I said, no, why should I respond to things that are total nonsense? Why should I give them any substance by replying to this bullshit? And by the way, guys, I never use bad language on my channel, but there might be a bit today. And I'll tell you why. Because what I've come to realise is that a few people out there have taken my meek and sort of mild-mannered approach to life and to my viewers as a sign of weakness, and they think they can fucking bully me. Well, let me tell you something, you got the wrong person. So today I am going to address some of the absolute bullshit that people are coming out with about me. And look, I've had this for years. This is nothing new to me. Right? I had it when I was talking about watches. So let's address some of the elephants in the room, right? And we'll get it straight once and for all. I will try and address everything, hopefully if I can remember it. But what I won't be doing is answering any of the trolls or the idiots or the naysayers or the troublemakers that want to get in the comment sections after. Fill your boots. Say what you like about me. And I tell you why you can say what you like about me, because I don't care. And the reason I don't care is because whatever you say about me is not true. Why should I care about bullshit that isn't true? Why should I care about someone else's lies about me? Someone said to me the other day, oh, I've hit a nerve there, Fulpy, haven't I? Nah, you didn't hit a nerve. You get on me nerves. There's a difference. When you hit a nerve with someone, you hit a nerve when you bring up a subject that they're reluctant to talk about or that they're guilty of. That's hitting a nerve. Getting on someone's nerves is when you make up bullshit and that person thinks, I've had enough of this prick. Right? So there's a difference between striking a nerve and getting on someone's nerves. Right, let's start at the beginning. I've got a little list, I hope I don't forget anything. Oh, my son. For some reason, people have been bringing up my son recently. Yes, everyone in the world that's known me for the last God knows how many years knows that my son got into trouble with the police in the watch business. It's in the newspapers. He's done his, he paid his, he didn't go to prison for it, but he's paid his dues or whatever it was. And I haven't spoken to him or seen him for years. This is a man that's in his 40s, that does his own thing, doesn't want to speak to his dad, doesn't want anything to do with his dad, and I don't have anything to do with him, very sadly. Do I still love him? Of course I do, he's my son. But, has he been a naughty boy? Yeah, what's it got to do with me? Fuck all, it's got nothing to do with me. And anyone that can prove otherwise, do it, be my guest. Because the police also had a look at me when my son got into trouble and said to me, Paul, you've done nothing wrong. We feel sorry for you, you've done nothing wrong. So stick that one in your pipe and smoke it if you want to talk about my son. It is what it is. We haven't spoken for years, and if you want to make up stuff about him, be my guest. Second thing, not that it's anyone's goddamn business, by the way, but there you go. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. Again, I say this, prove otherwise. My super chats. Oh, that really hurts some people, doesn't it? The fact that people have been kind enough to support me and my channel. And by the way, nobody works for free, and this was a full-time job for me, right? When you start talking about politics, you lose all your sponsors. I had 13 sponsors 13, count them, 13. Every single one of them was paying me a minimum of £600 a month. I gave them all up to speak about politics and trying to save our country. Do the maths. And some people were kind enough to send me super chats during my live streams. They never made up for the money that I lost when I lost my sponsors, when I had to give them all up. It never made up the money that I lost, ever. Didn't ever get anywhere near. But nevertheless, what did you do with all the super chats, 4p? Have you gone to Spain on your super chat money? Listen, I've been a successful businessman for more than 40 years. I've done very well, or reasonably well. I'm not a multi-millionaire, but don't get me wrong, I don't want to give you that idea. But I don't have to eat crisps for dinner. And I never have had to, because I've always had a very good, decent, honest work philosophy. I've been out at 5 o'clock in the morning and finished work at 2 o'clock in the morning all of my life, because that's what I do. I'm a grafter, not a grifter. But my super chats, where did they go anyway, even though they didn't make up the money that I lost? Well, let me give you an idea of where some of it went. I've donated money to a few charities. Not a lot, the odd 50 quid, 100 quid here and there. That's all a minor, forget that. I also donated more than £2,000 to Team Tommy. More than £2,000 of my own money, some of which you'd sent me via super chats, went to Urban Scoop and Team Tommy to support the cause. And I have the bank statements to prove it. And if you go back in my community posts, I posted the images of those bank statements. If I have made those up and they are fraudulent, prove it, call the police and let them deal with it. Those bank statements are true, factual and correct. I also paid out, I think it was just under or just over £4,000 to bring over 60 people to the last event in London. When was it now? In February. Trains, coaches, all sorts. Sorry, not coaches, coach seats. I tried to book a coach, and because it was for what it was for, no coach company would take the booking. So I ended up paying for a lot of people to use National Express. Came out of my own pocket, or out of my super chats, whatever you want to say. And again, I can prove it, because a lot of these people I paid through PayPal on their behalf. Put up or shut up. Prove it or stop talking bullshit. The bucket collection at the last event. A lot of people are trying their best to ask me or to associate me with that collection or where the money went. Now, I think the vast majority of people out there already know that I have nothing to do with Tommy's official team, with the finances, with Urban Scoop, with a single penny that went into any of those buckets. In fact, the only time I had anything to do with those buckets was when one or two people gave me cash at the event to put in the bucket, and thankfully I gave that money to my guys that were looking after me, security team, for them to put in the bucket. So I didn't even put the money in the bucket myself. I gave it to someone else to put in the bucket, and I can prove it. So the accusation that I should somehow have to explain where that money went, not only is it ridiculous, it's fucking outrageous. It's an insult to my intelligence and to anyone that's stupid enough to listen to that bullshit. I've never, ever, ever been paid or have seen a penny from Tommy's team, from Urban Scoop, or indeed from anyone else, apart from the income that I get through my YouTube channel. That is it. And again, if anyone can prove otherwise, be my guest. Prove otherwise, and you would have me by the short and curlies. But I can say that with all confidence and look the camera straight in the eye, because I know that you cannot. Not unless you was to, really stretch the evilness and go and make something up, Photoshop something or whatever. But that would be a criminal offence, because I would take action against you, anyone that did that to me. So I can't be any clearer on any of those things. I had some idiot in my email a few weeks back saying, we estimate that you've made about 300 grand on YouTube. I wish I had. But again, even if I had, I've only been talking about politics for 13 months. I've been on YouTube since 2015. Even if I had, it will be a whole lot less than a lot of YouTubers earn in a single year. I think the problem with some of these people is that they spend far too much time worrying about what someone else has got or what someone else might earn than trying to achieve something in their own lives. And I also understand that YouTube is about views, so people have been using my name to get views, and to me that sounds crazy. I've always said I'm just an ordinary granddad that loves and cares about his country and his kids. I'm not trying to be anyone's leader. I've always said that. I've never said any different. Whenever have I told you guys that I'm a leader? Or I've never have. I'm just an ordinary bloke that hopefully can connect with other good human beings and try and help each other. Another one of the reasons that I'm pulling out of this bloody movement is because it's not the left that's attacking me. It's not the left that's been attacking Danny. It's not people from other religions that are making stupid comments and threats. It's people that are supposed to be on the same goddamn side. Work it out, because I can't. And I told you all along, as soon as I see a sign of this sort of mess, I'm out. And that's why I'm out. Someone said, Paul, you owe your viewers an apology. No, I don't. And I'll tell you why I don't owe my viewers an apology. Because I've never promised them anything other than my honesty, my integrity, my loyalty, and trying to be a decent human being and give you my best advice or my honest thoughts. That's the only thing I've ever promised you. I'm afraid that some people are so desperate now, and I do get that, I do understand that. There are a lot of people that will sit there and say, oh, it's all right for him, look at him now, he's out in Spain. Look, unfortunately, that's not my fault. It's not my fault that maybe some people haven't worked themselves into a position or been lucky enough to work themselves into a position that I have. And I appreciate that and I respect that, but it's not my fault. And people are desperate for a leader. But I've never pretended to be anyone's leader, but even if I had, and Tommy's a leader, right? We all know that. We all know that Tommy is the definition of being a leader. If we was going over the top in the trenches, Tommy would be the first one over the top. But if I was to be able to speak to him today, my advice would be this: being a leader is one thing. Being a kamikaze pilot is something else. And I don't want to be, and I don't want Tommy to be, someone's kamikaze pilot. Because I actually care about him, and I actually care about the good people of this country, many of which will be watching this right now. So I'm afraid if you was looking for a kamikaze pilot to entertain you whilst you eat your supper watching YouTube, whilst you watch MI5 come and whisk us away, you got the wrong person. Because no amount of super chats will be enough for that. And if you think I'm wrong, be my guest. Pop your channel's name in the comments below. I'll look forward to watching you. Look, I'm not stupid. I'm 64 years old tomorrow. I've been around a long time. I was brought up in South London. I'm nobody's fault, right? And I don't bully easily, by the way. The authorities, maybe. Yeah, I'm scared of the authorities. But people out there who think they're going to chat shit about me and get into my head, you're wasting your breath. Go find a new victim. Because I'm a bit stronger than you think. There is another side to me, a good old South London side, that I don't worry about bullies. I stand up to bullies. And when I say I stand up to bullies, I'm not talking about, oh, I'm a big tough guy, physical, fighting and all. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what I'm doing right now. Usually my stance is this: if I've got nothing good to say about someone, I keep my mouth shut. I learnt that growing up. But in this instance, and I still haven't mentioned anyone in particular today, and I will not mention anyone in particular for two reasons. I'm old school, I'm respectful, I don't want to mention other people. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I'm not going to give them the goddamn publicity. They're putting my name in video titles to get views. Well, you get your own views. I'm not talking about your channels. Get your own views, make your own content, and get your own followers instead of riding piggyback off of other people. I believe that I have a good following because the vast majority of people, thank God, and by the way, you want to see the thousands of messages of support that I have had. I believe that the vast majority of people out there hopefully recognise and understand the good one when they find one. But there is an element of people out there that are not interested in a good one. They're just interested in trouble, drama and toxicity that I'm not going to get involved with. And I will not be addressing this again. And I know there will be people going, yeah, but what about this? What about that? What about this? Look, anyone that's got any problems with me, my past, my future, whatever, if you feel that I've done something wrong, 2 words: prove it, and then show the world. But let me give you a little bit of advance warning. You'll be wasting your time. I have a completely clean criminal record. I have safety certificates. I have no arrests, no convictions. There's nothing nefarious in my background. Prove it. Prove otherwise. But don't waste your time. If you don't like me, that's fine. I've got no problem with that at all. If you write in the comments, 4P, I hate your guts, I don't know why, but I just hate you. Fine, I respect that. Everyone has their likes and dislikes. But when you start chatting shit, then I need people that are watching this to understand that actually you're the wrong one, not me. Right, 20 minutes of having to explain stuff that I shouldn't have to explain. But it's done, and that is the last time I'm going to talk about this shit because I don't need it. I don't want it, and I've got no apologies to make to absolutely anyone. 40 years I've been in business, never upset anyone in my life, and I stand by that. Right, that's it. Next video will be a bit more positive. All the best, everyone. Love to you all. Take care.